I'm so excited, guys, to have an amazing woman. She's absolutely beautiful. She's probably richer than you. She's super inspiring. I met her through a mutual friend of mine, and her energy is just amazing. Very glad to welcome Natasha Finister. She's the CEO and owner of Finister Family Childcare, and she has an amazing story to share with you guys. So, welcome. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic today. Thank you. And how are you?
Yeah, doing awesome now that you're here. Seriously, we had some tech issues. Holy shit. I wanted to throw my computer out the window.
Oh
But
my God.
you're here, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right. So, okay. What is the funniest thing that's happened to you at your daycare?
Oh my gosh. The funniest thing that I could think of right now that has happened to me in my daycare. I had this like really horrible and nasty neighbor,
Mhm.
and she just had it out for me since I moved into my facility.
Mhm.
So she called the city on us, and she told the city that there was like 26 kids in the child care. So when the city inspector came out, he saw like 6 kids, and he was like, "Oh my
What a
God, where are
bitch.
all the kids? Like we can't have
Yeah.
um 26 kids in here. Like there's just like kids, all over the place. Like where are all the
Yeah.
kids?" And I just felt like that was just so hilarious because I'm like, people go to such extremes
Yeah.
to try to mess up what you're trying to do.
Such a hater. I hate her. I hate
Yeah,
her.
it's like it's just ridiculous. And then, it just was so funny to me that that happened. Like it's just you never know what's going to happen when you open up a business.
For sure. For sure. Wow, that's crazy. What happened to that lady now? Is she like
Oh my gosh, she moved. Thank God.
yeah.
She's nowhere around anymore. She moved. She just caused all kind of problems for me, but that's okay.
That's
I'm
hilarious. She
still
got what
there
she
and
needed.
she's gone.
She's gone. I love that. All right. So, how did you decide to start a daycare business?
Well, I just realized long ago that, working for someone else wasn't going to work for me. I had like 10 jobs.
Mhm.
Every job, if I was unhappy or I had a problem with toxic people, I would just quit.
Mhm.
So I decided, a long time ago, 25 years ago, that I just wanted to open up my own business and I like kids. So that's when I decided to open up the childcare.
I love that. Your story is so inspiring, and I just, whenever I see your Facebook updates, I'm just so happy because it's like you're doing all the big things, and I love it. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, yeah. So, like, I know there's probably no set schedule, but it's like, what was your day like today, like at your business?
Well, basically, my typical day, it starts out with the children arriving and, they do a bit of free play. I serve breakfast. We do circle time. I teach the kids different things that they need to learn before they get ready to go to kindergarten. We'll do painting, we'll do singing, we'll do dancing, all types of things, all of the preschool activities. And then the kids pretty much, they'll have lunch and then they'll take a nap and then they wake up, they have snack, and then they'll go outside to play for like an hour, and then we have dinner, and then after dinner they all go home like by 6.
hmm I love that. So, like, a lot of people listening, maybe their parents or know somebody who's a parent. So, like, so you've been running a business forever as a daycare. So, like, how do you look for a good daycare?
I would say the main thing would be to research the child care. People don't understand that they can go to the licensing. They could just Google child care licensing and they can actually check the licensing records for child care. And then you could see if there's violations. That would be one of the major things. But, on a more superficial level, you could look for a place that's clean, of course. You look for a place that looks child friendly. You'll use your senses, like how does the place smell? How do the kids look? How do the staff look? Are the kids happy? Are the kids crying? You just have to look at that. And basically you look for someone who's running the facility that's intelligent, knowledgeable about children, childcare, has a background in early childhood education. You just look for all of those things.
I love it. So, what do you think are the pros of running a daycare business?
I think the pros of running a childcare business is it's definitely something that's always needed, and especially in
Yeah.
Southern California,
Oh
you
my God.
know, so many people work, so many mothers work, and even if it's part-time, full-time, whatever, there's always going to be a need for childcare. So it's just one of those businesses that's pretty much recession-proof.
Hmm.
And I just feel like if you like children, and you know, if you have children, or if you just are one of these type of people that likes to stay busy because it's a busy type of
Hmm.
you know, business, it would be good for you to try to get into it, because it's, you know, it's not that difficult to get into, and it's very rewarding.
Hmm. I love it. So, um, what uh, what maybe annoys you about your business?
Well, one of the major things that annoys me is like employees that are, you know, that are lazy, or they're flaky, or you know, they're just not
Yeah.
serious about the business, because
Yeah.
you know, it's a childcare, and I think people have these preconceived notions that, you know, kids are just watching TV and you're just giving them like noodles or something like that. And it's like so much more than that, that when people start to work there, they realize like it's a lot of work, you know, and then people are like, oh, this is too much work, you know. But that's one of the things that annoys me is just staff that are just not vested in doing the right thing for the children.
Hmm. Yeah, that's so true. So, like, what kind of clients do you love, and what kind of clients do you not love so much?
Oh, I love clients that are into their children. I love clients that, you know, they're actually want to parent. They're, you know, they come on time to pick their children up.
Yeah.
You know, like they communicate with me when they come. They, you know, they agree to the contract, and then as time passes, they follow the contract. Like they adhere to the contract. The parents that sort of irritate me are the opposite. Those are the ones that are you know, they don't want to follow the contract. They come anytime. They try to come late. They don't want to pay late fees. Like I explained to them, it is a business. Like I understand that, yes, you can get your relatives to watch your children, but my business is professional, and um, you have to pay, you know, you have to adhere to the contract. So sometimes I just find that there are some parents out here that are dysfunctional. Or they're busy, or if they're overwhelmed, and you know, it's very hard for them to parent and juggle all of their parenting duties. And those are the ones that sort of irritate me, because I'm like, come on, people, get it together, you know, like you have kids, you have to work towards getting it together, but it's just some people can't get it together.
I see. So, you have amazing kids. So, like, what do you teach your kids?
What do I teach the kids? Oh, I teach the kids everything. I teach them, I think it's very important to teach the kids manners,
Hmm.
because that's something that's lost. You know, I teach them to say please and thank you, and they're cordial to each other. They speak and they greet each other in the morning. They're friendly. I teach them, you know, of course, the basics like the ABCs, the numbers, the phonics. I teach them reading. I teach them how to write. I teach them the colors, the shapes, the opposites. Like we learn all of the preschool academics. And I just teach them, I'm very much into speaking and talking with the children. Like, so there's a lot of language development. The brain develops most rapidly from 0 to 3. So that's the population that I work with. So it's most advantageous for me to, you know, just talk to the children as much as possible
Hmm.
to stimulate their brain.
It's so true. Um, and okay, let's switch gears a little bit. So, who do you find funny besides yourself and me, if it's even humanly possible?
Oh my gosh. Well, I know I'm funny. I just like, I laugh all day. I just have so much fun in my business with the kids. Like, if you really want to laugh, like, just get around kids, because
It's so true. Yeah.
oh my God, they're like so hilarious. Like they're so honest and they just say everything. But right now, I actually checked out this movie called Bosses, and
Ooh.
Tiffany Haddish is in that movie, and
Yeah.
that
Oh my
it was
gosh, she's my
very
girl.
funny. It
Yeah.
was a very funny movie, and you know, since I am a boss, boss and I do have a business, it was like I could relate to the movie in
Mhm.
regards to, being an entrepreneur. But Tiffany Haddish, I find her pretty funny. Like,
Mhm.
her movies are good, and she's a good actress, and she's a good comedic actress. So I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's amazing. So, what advice you have for someone who's maybe scared of putting their kids into daycare because of the horror stories I've heard? Like, what would you say to them?
I would just say to do their research, try to get a referral through someone that they know. And if they can't get a referral, that they do like an online search. They can also call licensing and find out, get information about the facility, because first and foremost, the facility should be licensed, because the licensing is the agency that actually governs the childcare business. So they need to check with licensing, and they just need to check in with their child, ask their child questions. How was your day? What did you do? If their child can talk. And they just need to communicate with whomever they're, wherever they're taking their child. They need to communicate with those people that are taking care of their child. And also they can do pop-in visits. Like in the state of California, like any parent can stop in a child care at any time. They cannot
Mhm.
be stopped. So I would suggest people just stop in at any time to see what's happening.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a great way to just look at it. Awesome. And
Yes.
what business advice do you have for daycare owners?
Well, the business advice that I would have for daycare owners is to network and network and network. That's what I would say to business owners. Just network until you can't network anymore.
I love it.
Find as many people that own childcare businesses as you can find, and network with them, because they will bounce all type of information back and forth. They will answer questions. They will help you. You can help them. So I would just say network as much as possible. Read as many books as you can. Work on your self-development. Also make sure you balance, because owning a childcare business can be, all consuming of all of your time if you let it.
Yeah, so
So
true.
I would say, make sure that you also have fun. Like, you can't be all work. You have to actually balance that out with play at times.
I love that. So, what is your next goal?
Well, my next goal right now is to write a book. So
Ooh, what's it?
I'm I'm not really sure of the topic right now. It's like like a little surprise topic,
Mhm.
but I'm working on learning how to write a book, and I will be writing a book this year. In 2020, I'll be writing a book. Several people have told me to write a book on how to open a successful childcare.
Yes,
So
yes.
I might write a book on that topic, but I have several different topics swirling in my head about books to write.
That's awesome. I know you'd be amazing. Like, because I feel like you have such nurturing energy and you're so successful in your business. I would love to buy it just to read. What is it like running a daycare business? That's awesome. So, how can we get in touch with you? How can we leave our kids with you? What's your website? How can we stalk you online? All that good stuff.
Well, I'm on Facebook at Finister Family Childcare, and also they can Google me at Natasha Finister, or they can Google me at Finister Family Childcare, or they can just call me at 310-529-2176. That's my phone number. And I would look forward to working with anyone who is ready to enroll their children.
That's amazing. You just gave out your phone number. That means like the whole world is going to be calling you. But if if you're down with that, that's amazing. So thank you so much, Natasha. This was an awesome interview. I gained an insight into the daycare business. Really appreciate your time, and hope to have you on another episode when your book is out.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me. And I really enjoyed doing the podcast. And thank you again.
Absolutely.